live from Creekside High School and Freedom Field. It's the home opener for the Creekside Knights, and it is a big one as they get set to take on the Lincoln Trojans out of Tallahassee. Hello, everyone, and welcome into the broadcast on Schlick Sports. I am Noah Schlick, bringing you tonight's action live from Creekside High School, and this one should be a doozy. The Knights coming off of a strong offensive performance against the Hillgrove Hawks, as the Bats have been a bit of a struggle for the Knights out the gate. However, Creekside exploded in their last game for 9 runs, taking that game by a score of 9-1, scoring all those runs in 4 innings, 4 frames, 3 through 6. And, of course, headlined by a Tavern Blanzett 2-run home run. Connor Belizik also had a strong day at the plate, going 4 for 4, couple RBIs and a triple on the line for him. Overall, a big-time day at the plate for Creekside, and pitching got it done for him as well. One of the guys we saw in that matchup, Matthew Bysham, will be on the mound taking on a tough Trojans team, headlined by the number 1 player in the class of 2027, Florida State commit Chase Fuller. But before then, we are going to send you down to the field for the starting lineups and the national anthem.
And now, let's introduce tonight's non-starters for Lincoln. Number 7, Bo Woodson. Number 9, Cole Annan. Number 10, Austin Kobetich. Number 13, AJ Johnson. Number 14, Ethan LaFuria. Number 15, Gavin Harper. Number 17, Christian Ferguson. Number 18, Carson Koch. Number 19, Bennett Malone. Number 20, Colin Walsh. Number 21, Jacob Knowles. And number 24, Caleb Thomas. And now the starting lineup for the Trojans. The shortstop leading off, number 6, Chase Fuller. Batting second, the pitcher, number 8, Nate Dietz. Batting third, the third baseman, number 16, Lucas Kennedy. The cleanup hitter is the first baseman, number 12, Jason Parker. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 5, TJ Hartley. Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 11, Cody Garber. Batting seventh, the second baseman, number 4, Neil Porter. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 3, Brennan Baisden. And batting ninth, the center fielder, number 2, Tyler Anderson. The Trojans are coached by Bruce Williams, Matt Robinson, and Tyler Mogg, and the head coach for Lincoln, Mr. Mike Gauger. And now today's non-starters for your Creekside Knights. Number 5, Gavin Dupre. Number 9, Josh Huber. Number 12, Nick Romeo. Number 13, Drew Williams. Number 14, Joey Dugo. Number 15, Reese Knight. Number 17, Landon Elliott. Number 18, Josh God. Number 19, Xander Brown. Number 21, Christian Rodriguez. Number 22, Austin Cacklereese. Number 23, Hudson Hyatt. Number 24, Matt Capps. And number 25, Will Wood. And now, let's meet the defensive starters for your Creekside Knights. The left fielder, number 4, Zach Jackson. The center fielder, number 6, Michael Bishop. The right fielder, number 20, Jonah Libby. The third baseman, number 1, Parker Morton. And shortstop, number 2, Aiden Benacek. The second baseman, number 16, Anthony Romeo. The first baseman, number 7, Tavern Lenson. Tonight's designated hitter, number 8, Hunter Schlegel. The catcher, number 3, Connor Belizet. And taking the bump to pitch this evening for your Creekside Knights, number 10, Matt Bisham. The Knights are coached by Robbie McCluskey, Darren Lester, Chris Angelo, Tony Mazzio, and the head coach for the Creekside Knights, Mr. Chris King. And now, fans, we'd like to direct your attention to the American flag flying in center field. Please stand and remove your caps as we honor America together with the playing of our national anthem. Now batting into the blue bell, number 14.
And it is time for baseball here on Schlick Sports, the home opener for the Creekside Knights under the lights at Freedom Field, and a picture-perfect night for baseball. 66 degrees as the sun goes down, not a cloud in the sky. And a big-time matchup between Creekside and Lincoln, two teams with high expectations going into this season. A lot on the line for both of these teams. Creekside off to a 2-2 start. The Trojans at 5-1, coming off of their first loss of the season. And now we're going to start things off with the starting lineups for tonight's game. First, the batting order for the Lincoln Trojans. Lincoln is led off by Chase Fuller, followed by Nate Dietz and Lucas Canaday. Jason Parker cleans things up for the Trojans, followed by TJ Harley and Cody Garber. Neil Porter, the second baseman, bats seventh, with Brennan Baisden eighth, and Tyler Anderson rounding things out in the 9 spot. The Trojans headlined, of course, by their leadoff man, Chase Fuller, the #1 player in the class of 2027. This is a lineup that's hitting .283 on the season. They've been scoring a good amount of runs, but they've got a tough matchup on the mound. On the other side, Matthew Bisham takes the rubber for the Creekside Knights. Bisham making his first start of the season, his second appearance as he's coming off of an injury. He appeared on Saturday against Hillgrove, throwing 2 innings, allowing just 1 hit, no runs, striking out 1. A clean stretch of baseball for him on just 25 pitches. Bisham last year for the Creekside Knights, phenomenal as he was in his freshman season for Creekside. Bisham, the statistics last year: in 12 games, made 9 starts. His first pitch outside. We are underway. First pitch at 6:36. This one's starting a little late due to the JV matchup had beforehand. That wrapped up just after 6 o'clock. Spikes one down and away. Bisham pitched 48 1/3 on the mound last year with a 4-2 record. An ERA at 2.03 for Bisham, and a whip at 128. He struck out 44 while walking 20. Opponents hit just 223 against Bisham. This one ripped down the left field line by Chase Fuller. He's rounding first. He'll try for second. The throw from Zach Jackson, a good one. Not quite in time as Chase Fuller, as advertised, kicks things off with a double, and he's quickly into scoring position. Time to take a look quickly at the defensive alignment for the Creekside Knights. Same as last game against Hillgrove for the Knights. Out in the outfield, Jackson, Bisham, Leiby, Morton, Benechek, Romeo, and Blanzit, the battery on the infield. Behind the plate, Connor Belizik, and the only change comes on the mound, and Matt Bisham. Heading out to the hill goes Connor Belizik. The field in great shape for this home opener for Creekside. The grass extremely green and great pattern on the infield. Recently mowed, and last year behind home plate, the grass was a little beat up due to the renovations to the backstop. Used to have a big chain link fence, wasn't very tall, got in the way of the camera and a lot of other things, so protects the softball field a little bit now, and much better viewing experience out here at the ballpark, and of course on the stream as you can see through the netting now, the backstop. Bisham out of the stretch. Misses with the slider to Nate Dietz. Bisham stands at 6 feet, 185. The junior has got a four-seam fastball in the high 80s to low 90s, topping out around 91. Fires the fastball that is fought off by Dietz, 1-2. He said his big adjustment over the offseason, something he worked on, was simplifying his windup. So it'll be interesting to see that throughout the season and how it compares. I didn't recognize that in his first appearance that he had gone about doing so. And he just told me that little nugget before this game about an hour ago, so I'll go back, look at the video from last season, just interested to see exactly how that compares and the steps he's taken in his windup. As the 2-2 is in the strike zone for strike three, and Nate Dietz knew it. He'll walk back to the dugout on a strikeout looking, one away. And that brings up Lucas Canaday, the Clemson commit. Matt Bisham with a little smile on the mound to his buddy. Their travel teammates and good friends. Bisham, when I asked him about Canaday before the game, said, "That's my guy." He was out here at practice earlier this week, and Bisham expressed his excitement going up against his friend. Fuller's breaking for third. Got a good jump. Belizik with the throw. Not in time. Morton just able to keep it in front of him. Impressive speed there from Chase Fuller, who leads the team in stolen bases, among other things. That his fourth of the season. The 1-1 to Canaday, who's just looking to put it in play. Fouls it off. 1 ball and 2 strikes on the Lincoln third baseman. The kick in the pitch. In on the hands and fought off. The count will remain 1-2. That one's close, and he rung him up. So after the leadoff double, back-to-back strikeouts, both looking retired Dietz and Kennedy, and that brings up the cleanup man, Jason Parker. The sophomore stands at 6'5", 215. I tell you, he does not look like a sophomore. An impressive build, and big-time prospect, got a perfect game grade of 9. Lincoln, a team that over the years has produced talent in a big way. Most recently, you think of Miles Bailey, who went deep against Creekside last year, and just a year later in his freshman season is starting at Florida State, who are actually in Jacksonville tonight playing the Dolphins. A lot of local guys in that matchup. I know Creekside more than familiar with the Delamelers, as they've seen Blake and Brody throughout the years. Those two facing off tonight. I was actually going to go cover that game, try to do a story on the Delamelers. That was the plan, but the game got moved from last night to tonight, and obviously we got Creekside baseball, so we're not missing this. 2 outs to 3-1. Slider misses down and away for ball 4. That'll put runners on the corners and bring up TJ Harley.
Now batting the catcher, number
Harley,
5,
the catcher,
TJ Hartley.
Hitting .333 on the season. Harley with 2 RBIs. Lincoln wants a balk. They're arguing that Bisham didn't step off. Blooper out towards second. Romeo on to first, and in time to end the inning. Bisham pitches around the leadoff double. First whack at things for Creekside when we return on Schlick Sports. Time now to take a look at the batting order for the Creekside Knights. And it's the same 9, same order as their last game against Hillgrove, as Creekside trying to carry over some of that offensive momentum from their matchup with the Hawks. It's Schlegel, Morton, Belizik. Heart of the order, Blanzett, Jackson, Leiby. And then 7, 8, 9, Bisham, Romeo, Benechek for the Creekside Knights. And on the mound for Lincoln, going up against this Creekside 9, Nate Dietz, the senior, sitting at 5'10", 185, got a perfect game grade of 7.5. He's got a fastball in the low 80s, according to Perfect Game, along with a curveball around 70 and a changeup and slider in the mid-70s. Dietz making his 3rd appearance of the season. He's pitched the most innings, or tied for the most innings pitched among Trojan pitchers this season. Good for a record of 1-0 and ERA at 5.25 in his first 2 appearances, giving up 6 earned runs, 1 unearned in 8 innings of work. Opponents hitting .316 off of Dietz, and Creekside Trying to keep the bats hot. Hunter Schlegel, a guy who's been swinging it well, takes the ball 1-0. Schlegel in the DH spot as he has been this season for the Knights. Hitting .417 throughout the Knights' first 4 games. Takes one in on the hands and fights it the other way. 1-2. Takes low, ball 2. Schlegel's got good strength, good power he's able to generate, but not the time of year or the time of day where you're going to see much carry here at Creekside. Sends this one out to Fuller at short, throw on to first in time. Chase Fuller's got an infield velo that's been clocked at 96 miles per hour. We're going to have to run hard down the first baseline to beat that out. That brings up Morton, and he has been an on-base machine for the Creekside Knights. Last year up over 400. This one he puts into center field, down for a base hit. Parker Morton, that one got past the center fielder Anderson. Morton on his horse. He's kicking for third, and he will get in there with a triple. Parker Morton makes Anderson and the Trojans pay for the mistake in center field. The Knights in business. They've got to run just 90 feet away for Connor Belizik.
Now batting for the Knights, the catcher, number 3, Connor Belizik.
I'm going to try to go back and take a look at that ball and what happened there in the outfield. It looked to me like Anderson just missed it, which would then rule it a triple. First pitch to Belizik is upstairs for a ball. Mentioned that Schlegel had been hot. Well, Belizik, he's been the top dog for this Creekside batting order early on this season, hitting .500 with 4 RBIs. And yeah, it looked like Anderson just whiffed on that ball in center, so that will be a triple for Parker Morton. Belizik leading the Knights in nearly every offensive category. 2-0 count. Excuse me, 2-1. One on, one out. Belizik swung on, put in foul territory, out of play down the first base side. One thing you don't want to do here is strike out. You want to find a way to put this ball in play. Give Morton a chance to score. The 2-2. Swung on and smacked foul. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes on Connor Belizik. Tavern Blanzett, the man on deck for Creekside. Another 2-2. Up high, ball 3. Count goes full. Dietz, a guy who hasn't walked many opposing hitters this season, just 2 in 8 innings. Poked out into right field. Tracking this one, Baisden makes the catch. Morton tagging up, heading for the plate. Looks like a good throw. It is not in time. Creekside on the board first. A triple from Morton sets up the sac fly from Belizik. It's 1-0 Creekside.
The Knights with 2 away, the first baseman, number 7, Tavern Blanzett.
That is huge for the Knights, being able to strike first in this game. Lenkin had a chance in the top half of the first to put something on the scoreboard on the double, the leadoff double from Fuller. Creekside got their chance, and one team made it count. Base is now clear, however, as Tavern Blanzett steps up. Skies one out to left field. Garber settles under it and makes the catch to retire the side. After one, Creekside with the lead on the Trojans. 1-0 when we return on Schlick Sports. For all your mortgage needs, contact Troy Silhan with Loan People Mortgage. Whether you are a first-time home buyer, 10-time buyer, need down payment assistance, or are looking to invest in real estate, give Troy a call at 904-217-9489. Loan People Mortgage is a top mortgage lender here in Northeast Florida that can help you with your home purchase or refinance needs. FHA, VA, conventional, and jumbo loans are just a few of the things Troy Silhan and Loan People can help you with. Give Troy a call today at 904-217-9489. Do your feet constantly hurt you and you're not sure what to do? Come see Dr. Bradley Herbst, a board-certified podiatrist at Podiatry Associates of Florida. Dr. Herbst specializes in the treatment of foot and ankle problems, including diabetic foot care, ingrown toenails, hammer toes, bunions, fractures, and more. We're ready to take care of you and keep your feet and ankles healthy. Come see us on San Jose Boulevard in South Mandarin. Call to make your appointment today at 904-268-6993.
Garber.
Matt Bysham on the mound with the lead in the top of the second inning. Knights lead Lincoln 1-0 after one. Coming on the sac fly from Connor Belizik. It's 6-7-8 coming up for the Trojans. They're led off in this inning by Cody Garber. Takes a strike on the inside part of the plate, 0-1. Bysham did surrender that leadoff double, but bounced back nicely there in that first inning. Ended up throwing 19 pitches in that first inning. After that double, a couple strikeouts, did surrender a walk, but was able to retire Harley to get out of the inning. Looking for a shorter frame here. Because there is a chance Bysham is limited on his pitch count. Coming off the injury, obviously, still some limitations on Bysham and how long he can go. So someone's going to need to come up and step up out of the bullpen for Creekside. And Bysham looking to limit the amount of pitches he throws and go as long as he can. The 2-2 down and in, 3-2 on Garber, the left fielder. Full windup and the pitch. Back to Bysham, fields his position, underhand toss to Blanzett, one away. The other thing to watch for Creekside in this one is just how many arms they end up using in this game. Is you don't want to use too many. You've got 3 games in 3 days against 3 tough teams. Lincoln, a perennial contender in the state of Florida, one of the top teams year in and year out. Obviously a tough matchup. Then you got Trinity Christian on the road tomorrow and Haggerty on the road on Friday. Keep in mind, this is a Creekside team that's already taken on Providence, Bishop Verot. They've been tested. Hillgrove, a good team in Georgia each year. Good for 20 wins each season. The Knights were able to take care of business against them. Got Lincoln, Trinity, Haggerty this week, as Chris King will run out and talk to Bysham. It'll be interesting to see where Creekside's strength of schedule ranks at the end of the season, but I'd be willing to bet it's top. There's a good chance it's number 1. You face Haggerty multiple times, at least twice in the regular season. You've got Windermere in Daytona, Spruce Creek. Creekside will be tested going into the playoffs. And a lot of road games. You got North Marion, who's always a tough team. That's on the road, a couple hours away. 2-1 fouled away. 2-2 the count on Neil Porter. Just 7 home games for Creekside. A lot of miles on the road. And a lot of tough competition. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Porter. Slider. Bisham thought he got him. Pitch was up and in, 3-2. Another foul ball. That was pitch 32 from Matt Bisham. Another 3-2 offering. Skied to center. Mike Bisham drifting under it. Makes the play. 2 outs in the top of the second. And that brings up Baisden.
Next up for the Trojans, the right fielder number 3, Brendan Baisden.
Long at bats. Nothing to show for him for Lincoln right now, but 2 that could play a big-time role as this one goes on, as you just forced Bisham to throw quite a few pitches there in those 2 plate appearances. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the top of the second inning. Full windup and the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Matt Bisham sets the Trojans down in order in the top of the second inning. Back after these messages on Schlick Sports.
Planning your next getaway? Don't leave your vacation up to chance. Step up to the plate with the veteran-owned, award-winning Dapper Travels. We cover all the bases, from luxury cruising to authentic European experiences, making sure your trip is a grand slam. No strikeouts, no curveballs, just smooth sailing and first-class service. So before you swing and miss on travel plans, scan the code on the scoreboard or visit www.dappertravels.com and let's knock your next vacation out of the park.
That One Painter First Coast is here for your home service needs. We specialize in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting, whole house pressure washing, cabinet refinishing, stucco repair, and more. Call 904-417-3557 for your free estimate today. Bottom of the second inning now at Creekside High School. Creekside with the 1-0 lead. Zach Jackson showing bunt, pulls it back. The 0-2 to Jackson. Up and in. 1-2. Jackson off to a bit of a slow start to the season for Creekside. Batting average at .091 as he fouls another one away and out of play. been doing a solid job of putting the ball in play. Just waiting for some of those hits to get through, and there's one right there going opposite field. Zach Jackson with the leadoff single in the bottom of the second inning. And that will bring up Jonah Leiby.
Now batting the right fielder, number 20, Jonah Leiby.
Leiby made his first start against Hillgrove, and he came through in his last plate appearance. Netted himself an RBI base hit, his first hit and first RBI of his high school career. Hard contact down the right field side, but foul and out of play. Pickoff move, checking on Jackson. He is back in time. Dietz fires. Back up the middle. This could be two. Fuller steps on the bag for one. Throw on to first in time for the double play. And just like that,
Now
two away in the bottom of the second.
Number 6, Michael Bisham.
Michael Bisham will make his first plate appearance of the game. Looked like the slider there. Bisham cut at it. Awkward looking swing, 0-1. Got him again going down and away. Pitchers count, Nate Dietz ahead 0-2. Got him a third time going after that slider, and that will end the inning. After two, Creekside with a 1-0 advantage. Back after this break on Schlick Sports. Triple Crown Fence is a proud sponsor of Schlick Sports. Transform your space with our high-quality fences. Whether you're looking for privacy, security, or a touch of elegance, we've got you covered. At Triple Crown Fence, we pride ourselves on craftsmanship and durability. Our expert team ensures a seamless installation process so you can enjoy peace of mind and enhance your property's curb appeal. Call us today at 305-331-9377 for a free estimate. Your dream fence is just a phone call away.
Third, leading off for Lincoln, the center fielder, number 2, Tyler Anderson.
Creekside Baseball on Schlick Sports is brought to you in part by Brightway Insurance, the Baselli Agency. When you are ready to make a change on your home or auto insurance, go to bwquote.com. And Triple Crown Fence, call today for a free estimate at 305-331-9377. Tyler Anderson, the 9-hole hitter, up at the plate for Lincoln. It's a 1-0 count. Matt Bisham entering his third inning of work. Gets him to ground this one to Benechek at short. A little bit of a high throw, handled by Blanzit, but went into the base path, collided with the runner Anderson, and that popped the ball out, so he will reach.
Lincoln rolls back to the top of the order. This is the shortstop, number 6.
I think this
Chase
is one of
Fuller.
those where the fault on the play kind of falls a little more on the shortstop, but it's going to be ruled an error on Blanzit. He's in his glove. I'm getting a firm disagreement from my booth mate, Rick Kane. So we're calling it an E6. And Chase Fuller up at the plate. Drills this one to left center. That ball is dangerous back towards the wall. It's going to take a hop off the wall. Slipping as Jackson. Bisham picks it up. Throws to the cutoff man. Benechek will not get it home in time. Second double of the game for Chase Fuller, and this one drives in a run. Tied up 1 apiece.
Now batting the pitcher, number 8, Nate Dietz.
Just as I was about to say, you don't want to make the error there to set that up for the top of the order. There's why. Creekside coming off of a really clean game against Hillgrove in which they didn't commit any errors. And when you do that in high school baseball, typically good things will happen. Fuller trying for third, and Belizik won't have a chance. I believe that was called a ball. 1-0 the count on the Lincoln pitcher, Nate Dietz. Infield comes in for Creekside. Down in the dirt, Fuller's heading for the plate, and he is a dead man walking. That's one where you typically flip back to the pitcher, but Belizik had plenty of time to catch Fuller coming down that third baseline, decided to keep it simple, tag him out himself, so a massive mistake on the base paths there by Chase Fuller. Empties the base paths and gets it out up on the scoreboard for Creekside. It's a 2-0 count. And Creekside can breathe a little easier now that the go-ahead run is not on third base. Good slider there from Bisham. 2-2 count. Stepping off the rubber. Bisham into the windup, kicks and fires. Got him looking at a close pitch. That one was just off the plate, maybe a little low. Looked to be in a similar spot that has been getting called so far. Tries it again, doesn't get the call. Two very close two-strike pitches that could have gone either way.
Number 16, Lucas Kennedy.
Dietz gets the calls, and he'll take first base. Running for the pitcher, Dietz, is Gavin Harper. Harper came into this game tied for the team lead in stolen bases with 3.
Number 15, Gavin Harper.
Lucas Kennedy struck out looking his first time up. Creekside does have action up in their bullpen. Another close pitch that I think missed low. Seems the strike zone has shrunk a little bit on that outside part of the plate since the first inning. Guy to center. Mike Bisham hauls it in. 2 outs in the third. And this will most likely be the last batter for Matt Bisham.
Now batting with 2 down.
Talking with Chris
12,
King.
Jason Parker.
He'll try to get his former teammate, Jason Parker. Bisham knew more than Kennedy on this Trojan team. He used to play with Chase Fuller and the man at the plate, Parker. It's funny, travel ball will kind of do that. These guys Separated by a few hours, Tallahassee is not close to St. John's, Jacksonville, Florida. But Bisham familiar with some of these guys on the other side. And obviously always a fun time pitching against your former teammates, guys you know. For Canada, a current teammate. Not tonight. Parker couldn't handle the high heat. 2-1 count. That one close, just off the plate, 3-1. That's a spot where Bisham was attacking and getting calls at the start of this game, but has not been the case in the third inning. And right there after that, you can see Bisham a little frustrated about it. Takes this one a little more inside, and it's fouled away by Parker. Payoff pitch. Looking at ball 4. I do not know what has happened, but that strike zone is cut in half. And that will put an end to the night for Matt Bisham. Bisham goes 2 2/3 as we step away for this pitching change on Schlick Sports. Tonight's game is brought to you by Happy Pools, Jacksonville's hometown pool service. At Happy Pools, we care enough to know your name when you call, but we're also big enough to handle all your pool care needs. Right now, new customers get their first 3 months of service for just $99 a month when you mention this ad. Text Creekside 25 to 904-980-8512 to see if you qualify and see why more local families trust Happy Pools to keep their pool happy. Time now for a pitching change brought to you by Brightway Insurance, the Baselli Agency. When you are ready to make a change on your home or auto, go to bwquote.com. Creekside's change is to Xander Brown, the lefty coming out of the bullpen to face TJ Harley. Some questionable calls here leading to the inning being extended. Now runners on first and second with 2 gone. And Xander Brown trying to put an end to this third frame. Two-0 count on TJ Harley. Xander Brown making his second appearance of the season, the sophomore lefty. Hudson Hyatt And Gavin Dupre going out to the bullpen to get in some work. I'd be surprised if Creekside used Dupre tonight, because I'd imagine he's starting one of the next 2 games. Oh, this one is smoked down the left field side. Tracking. Jackson reaches up, can't make the catch, runs into the wall. He might be shaken up. 1 run scores, 2 runs are in, and it is 3-1 Lincoln. Looks like Jackson, he's got his hat off. Saying he's good. 2-run double by TJ Harley.
Now batting the left fielder, number 11, Cody Garber.
Oh, we've got a rocket launch. We've got a rocket launch. There's a space rocket above center field. That's the second time in the past few weeks we've seen one of those. Camera, we've still got a baseball game going on. Got a pitch about to start. Wonder, can we zoom out? Can we get the rocket and the baseball in one shot?
How many runs did they get there? 2?
Oh, we can. How about that? We can go back to the baseball now. Making my live directing debut. 2-1 count on Cody Garber. Two count on Garber. Runner on second, 3 runs in the top of the third. Skied up on the infield, charging Benechek. Morton, the third baseman, will make the grab, and that will put an end to the top of the third. Lincoln does plate 3. Back after this break on Schlick Sports. First Coast Lighting and Fans is a proud sponsor of Schlick Sports and Creekside Baseball. They have the area's largest selection of lights, fans, and home decor. Be sure to stop by and browse their selection on Phillips Highway across from the Avenues Mall at 10130 Phillips Highway. They look forward to helping you with your lighting needs soon. Bottom of the third inning, 3-1 Lincoln after the 3-run frame in the top of the third. Tony Romeo leading things off. Beaten by a step there on the throw from Neil Porter. 1 gone in the bottom of the third inning. That brings up Aiden Benechek. Benny hitting 125 with 1 RBI and a double early on this year. Questionable strike 1 there. I guess the zone is extended back out after last inning. Sent the other way foul. I'm gonna try to bite my tongue. I feel like I've talked too much about the umpires here early on. Sorry, Mom. She doesn't like when I do that.
Just doing the job.
Fly ball, right field. Catch is made by Bazin. 2 up, 2 down. Back to the top of the order. And
Now
Hunter
batting with 2
Schlegel.
away. The designated hitter number 8, Hunter Schlegel.
Up and away for ball 1. Schlegel will ground it out hard to shortstop. His first time up. Checks his swing. Dietz didn't get the call, 2-0. Two balls and a strike on Hunter Schlegel. Two outs, nobody on base for Creekside. Full windup. Schlegel takes a called strike 3, and that will end the inning. Knights down in order in the bottom of the third. Still 3-1 when we return on Schlick Sports. For all your mortgage needs, contact Troy Silhan with Loan People Mortgage. Whether you are a first-time home buyer, 10-time buyer, need down payment assistance, or are looking to invest in real estate, give Troy a call at 904-217-9489. Loan People Mortgage is a top mortgage lender here in Northeast Florida that can help you with your home purchase or refinance needs. FHA, VA, conventional, and jumbo loans are just a few of the things Troy Silhan and Loan People can help you with. Give Troy a call today at 904-217-9489. Xander Brown back out for the top of the fourth inning. The Knights trailing 3-1 here on Schlick Sports. Brown came in relief of Matt Bisham.
The second baseman number 4.
Got out of the inning, but not before surrendering a 2-run double to TJ Harley. He's got 7, 8, 9 coming up, trying to keep them quiet. First pitch. Bounced out towards Benechek. Throw in time. 1 away. Nice first pitch to Neil Porter. Able to set him down.
Batting with 1 away, the right fielder number 3.
Brennan Basden, the next man up. Struck out to end the second in his first plate appearance. Final line on Matt Bisham goes 2 2/3, allowing 2 hits, 3 runs. He struck out 3 while walking 3. None of those runs for Bisham earned runs. The 0-1, up and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lincoln coming off of a 6-3 loss to Wakula, who's off to a 5-0 start. Trying to bounce back after their first loss of the season. They've played some tight games this year. Enter this one 5-1. 4 of their 5 wins have come by 2 runs or less. It's been tightly contested ball games. Good curveball as the hook got based and swinging. 2 up, 2 down to start the top of the 4th. And that brings up Tyler Anderson. He reached on an error, which got that 3rd inning going for Lincoln, in which they plated their 3 runs. Skies this one to center, going back on it. Bisham camps under it and squeezes it in center field to end the inning. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Xander Brown. Back after this break, bottom of the 4th coming up on Schlick Sports. Do your feet constantly hurt you and you're not sure what to do? Come see Dr. Bradley Herbst, a board-certified podiatrist at Podiatry Associates of Florida. Dr. Herbst specializes in the treatment of foot and ankle problems, including diabetic foot care, ingrown toenails, hammer toes, bunions, fractures, and more. We're ready to take care of you and keep your feet and ankles healthy. Come see us on San Jose Boulevard in South Mandarin. Call to make your appointment today at 904-268-6993.
Creekside, the 3rd baseman, number 1, Parker Morton.
Bottom of the 4th inning, 2-3-4 coming up for Creekside. Parker Morton gets a strike called on him. 0-1. He tripled and scored back in the 1st inning. Takes strike 2. Good pitch from Nate Dietz. Was able to retire the Knights in order in the 3rd. And he sets down Morton on 3 pitches, who runs down the first baseline with his bat. And he'll walk back to the dugout with it. Now Connor Belizik.
With 1 away, the catcher, number 3.
1 out in the bottom of the 4th.
Belizik.
Takes the first pitch. Might have missed low, 1-0. One out and a 1-1 count. Belizik takes down and away, 2-1. Had a sac fly back in the 1st inning. Creekside with 2 hits so far in this game. They've had... There's ball 4 to Belizik, so he will reach base, bring up Tavern Blanzit.
Now batting for the Knights, the 1st baseman, number 7, Tavern.
And that
Blansit.
snaps a streak of 6 straight retired for the Knights. Blansit had his first career home run against Hillgrove. Takes a pitch in ball
On
1.
the bases number 22, Austin Cacklereese.
Cackle-Reese running for the catcher Belizik. Time called by the infield umpire. Just making sure he can see the pitcher's mound. Blansit flew out to left in his first plate appearance. Ahead 2-0 in the count. A lot of space out in left center field. Pickoff move to first. Back in time, Cackle-Reese. That'll be strike 1 on Blansit. No play on that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Tavern Blansit. Takes up and away, 3-2, full count. Here's the pitch. Fly ball behind shortstop. Chase Fuller hauls it in. 2 outs in the inning. That'll bring up Zach Jackson. Jackson
Now batting with 2 away. The left fielder,
singled to
number
right
4,
field his last
Zach
time up.
Jackson.
One on, 2 outs. Up and in. Cackle-Reese back on the check to first. We'll see if they want to test the arm of TJ Harley at some point here in this AB, try to get Cackle-Reese into scoring position. Took a big jump there. Forced Dietz to step off. Quick meeting with the first baseman, Jason Parker. This is the 4th all-time meeting between Creekside and Lincoln. The Trojans undefeated previously against the Knights. Jackson swings and misses at strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Zach Jackson. Home plate umpire signaled 1-2. Staying alive with 2 strikes is Jackson. Now, Game Changer has 2-2. My cameraman has 2-2. I have 2-2 down in the scorebook. I think they have the count wrong down at the plate. I think he just checked with the field ump. One on, 2 out. Here's the 2-2 from Dietz. Fouled away. Jackson making him work. Another 2-strike pitch. Runner goes. And another foul ball. Good battle here between Zach Jackson and Nate Dietz. 2-2. I say you bury one right here after a few foul balls. Go something high, maybe the eye level. Or you go down as another foul ball from Jackson and another one out of play. No one will be able to get to it. The more pitches you see, the more it favors the hitter. Yet another 2-2. And yet another foul ball. Zach Jackson won't go down. And this is where you got to get him on the mound, something that he can't hit. Get him out of that rhythm. Maybe try to get him chase something high or put something low. Just something not in a spot where he can hit it. Cackle Reese again on the move, and another foul ball. That Creekside dugout getting loud. If he can reach base here, they're going to explode. TJ Harley calling time. Trying to get his man to reset out on the mound. I like that little mound visit right there. Try to get Jackson out of his rhythm. From the stretch, Dietz missed on that pitch. 3-2. Close one that has been called at times tonight. Dietz thought he got strike 3. Jackson with a good take. 3-2. Here it is. Fouled away. You could see Dietz spin around there on the mound. Jackson just a pest in that right-handed batter's box right now. Seen double-digit pitches this at bat. I don't have the exact number, but I'd imagine it's somewhere around 13 at this point. Another pitch. Ball 4. No! Oh, I do not like that call. And that will end the inning. On to the 5th. 3-1 Lincoln. Do your feet constantly hurt you and you're not sure what to do? Come see Dr. Bradley Herbst, a board-certified podiatrist at Podiatry Associates of Florida. Dr. Herbst specializes in the treatment of foot and ankle problems, including diabetic foot care, ingrown toenails, hammer toes, bunions, fractures, and more. We're ready to take care of you and keep your feet and ankles healthy. Come see us on San Jose Boulevard in South Mandarin. Call to make your appointment today at 904-268-6993.
Planning your next getaway? Don't leave your vacation up to chance. Step up to the plate with the veteran-owned, award-winning Dapper Travels. We cover all the bases, from luxury cruising to authentic European experiences, making sure your trip is a grand slam. No strikeouts, no curveballs, just smooth sailing and first-class service. So before you swing and miss on travel plans, scan the code on the scoreboard or visit www.dappertravels.com and let's knock your next vacation out of the park.
Xander Brown back out on the rubber. Gets the top of the order here, and that was another questionable strike call there to start off the 5th. I don't know what to think anymore at the outside part of the plate. It has been all over the place in this game. Fuller adjusts to it, sends a chopper to Beneček. Throw beat him out. One away in the top of the 5th inning.
Now batting with one away, the pitcher, number 8, Nate Dietz.
First pitch to Dietz is swung on and missed. Strike 1. These two teams met last year in Tallahassee. That was quite the day for the Creekside Knights. The Trojans won that matchup 8-4. Pretty convincing win for them, led by a 2-run home run from Miles Bailey. Sean Aschenfelder went deep in that game for Creekside. The Knights starter, Matthew Bysham, had himself a RBI double. The Knights would then make the trip over to Leon, and they were playing baseball probably about an hour later. That was a quick turnaround. We got to Leon, and maybe 30 minutes later, we were playing baseball. It was quick. And the Knights were able to come away with a win at Leon. That's down in the gap. Should be extra bases. Dietz on his way to second. He'll put on the brakes there. That is the 4th double of the game for Lincoln. The Trojans have 4 hits. All of them have been doubles. Robbie McCloskey out to grab Xander Brown. And that will do it for the sophomore. Back after this break. And this pitching change brought to you by Brightway Insurance, the Baselli Agency. Time now for a pitching change brought to you by Brightway Insurance, the Baselli Agency. When you are ready to make a change on your home or auto insurance, go to bwquote.com. For Xander Brown, he goes 1 2/3, giving up 2 hits. He is responsible for the runner on second base. As Will Wood, the JV call-up, will take the mound for Creekside with the runner in scoring position. And he's got to face 3, 4, 5 in his first varsity appearance.
Now batting for Lincoln, the third baseman, number 16, Lucas Kennedy.
Yeah, welcome to varsity. Wood's a guy who has turned some heads. He had a nice preseason in Creekside's games at Bishop Kenny. I remember Michael Bysham messaged me after one of the games and just said, Will Wood is good. We'll see if he can end this inning for Creekside, keep this game within 2. Lucas Canaday takes up high for a ball, 1-0. Creeping off at second is the runner for Dietz, as this one is fouled off, 1-1. The shortstop Benechek having some quick words with Will Wood.
Into the game on the base is number 13, A.J. Johnson.
1 on, 1 out, 1-1 count. Close pitch, 2-1. Two balls and a strike. The pitch from Wood. Up and in. 3-1. Reese Knight going out to the bullpen and starting to get loose. Pickoff move, gets past Benechek. Rodriguez will stay put at second base. Or excuse me, A.J. Johnson. Peter gets by Canaday. 3-2 the count. Full count offering. Popped up on the infield. Romeo hauls it in. 2 outs in the 5th. Jason Parker
Now batting for the Trojans
with a runner on
two away.
second base, 2 outs in the inning.
Jason Parker.
Trying to get another run home for Tallahassee Lincoln. This one gets through the legs of Connor Belizik, and that will allow Johnson, the runner for Dietz, to get to third on the wild pitch. It was swung on and missed for a strike. 0-1 the count. Chop foul, 0-2. Will Wood comes set. Here's the pitch. Fastball up high. 1-2. Another 2-strike pitch from Wood. That one skips away from Belizik And Johnson hesitated. I think he would have scored had he gone. Man, I'm surprised they didn't send him right there. Should be 4-1. Two on Jason Parker. The pitch. Back up the middle. Benechek fields. Throw in time at first base. And that will end the inning. Nice job by Will Wood coming out of the bullpen with a runner in scoring position. Gets the pop out and the ground out. Still a 2-run ball game when we return on Schlick Sports. That One Painter First Coast is here for your home service needs. We specialize in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting, whole house pressure washing, cabinet refinishing, stucco repair, and more. Call 904-417-3557 for your free estimate today. Nate Dietz out for his 5th inning of work, and man, he has been efficient in this game. Just 2 batters over the minimum.
Leading off the 5th inning for the
62
night.
pitches
Number 20,
for the senior Dietz. A guy who's been roughed up a little bit this season as teams have done a nice job hitting against him. Jonah Shields makes good contact, but right at Chase Fuller. 1 pitch, 1 out in the 5th inning. Bringing up Michael Bisham. He was set down on 3 sliders his first time up.
Michael Bisham.
I didn't even know the name of his walk-up song. That was a good one. Fouled off the mask of the catcher, Harley. Ground ball out to second. That was close. Coming off the bag was Parker, but he was able to reestablish contact with the base before Bisham reached. 2 outs, both via the ground out.
2 away, the second baseman, number 16, Anthony Romeo.
Overall, Creekside has been putting the ball in play. 4 strikeouts in this game is not a very high number by any means. Yeah, I don't feel like most of their contact has been necessarily bad contact either. They've had some hard ground balls and some solid contact to the outfield, but it's just kind of been right at people, just one of those nights. Obviously, this game's still far from over, but You feel like the Knights have got to get to that bullpen if they're going to come away with a victory. Romeo, hard contact, just right at Porter. Throw is wild, went off the helmet of Romeo. Little disoriented. He just stays put on first base. Good backup, too, from the catcher, Harley, to make sure he didn't advance any further. So a runner will reach on the error. Tony Romeo on first base, Aiden Benechek trying to make something of it. Takes ball one. Knights getting a little warning to stay in the dugout. Always a good thing to do on a baseball field. Takes that pitch, fights it off. A ball and a strike on Aiden Benechek. Flew out to right field his first time up. Sent that ball kind of towards right center. Ball two is outside. Creekside has only had one runner advance into scoring position in this game. That runner did score. Throw over to first base. Romeo back in time. 3-1 the count on Benechek. If he can work the walk, gets it back to the top of the order and a runner in scoring position. Here's Dietz. Out into right. That's down for a base hit. Romeo rounding second, trying for third. Puts on the brakes about halfway down that line and will stay put on second. It's a base hit to right for Aiden Benechek. Now a couple two-out base runners. That'll bring up Hunter Schlegel, and that might be it for Nate Dietz, as this will be his third time through the order. They've had some guys thrown up in the bullpen, and it looks like Mike Godger and Lincoln will make a move to the pen. It will be Gavin Harper when we return after this pitching change, brought to you by Brightway Insurance, the Baselli Agency. First Coast Lighting and Fans is a proud sponsor of Schlick Sports and Creekside Baseball. They have the area's largest selection of lights, fans, and home decor. Be sure to stop by and browse their selection on Phillips Highway across from the Avenues Mall at 10130 Phillips Highway. They look forward to helping you with your lighting needs soon. Two on, two out, and Gavin Harper enters for the Lincoln Trojans. Harper making his first appearance of the season. He is a junior, entering a bit of a tough spot here. Creekside with runners on first and second. The leadoff man, Hunter Schlegel, up at the plate. He represents the go-ahead run. Runner on first, Benechek, representing the tying run, as Gavin Harper throwing his final warm-up pitches. Schlegel is 0 for 2 in this game.
The designated hitter number 8, Hunter Schlegel.
Final line on the Lincoln starter, Nate Dietz. He goes 4 2/3, allowing 3 hits, 1 run. They call it unearned. He struck out 4 while walking 1. He is responsible for the runners on first and second. Looks like they scored that. Morton hit a single. As that one taken down low, 1-0 on Hunter Schlegel. It's been a while since Gavin Harper was clocked on perfect game. Looks like last July his fastball was in the low 70s. Looks a little bigger and a little more heat on that fastball right here. Definitely doesn't look 5'7". Two-one count. Pickoff move to second. Tony Romeo back in time. Two on, 2 out. Knights down by 2. Close pitch, called ball 3. 3-1 count on Schlegel. Parker Morton on deck. Here's the pitch. Misses away for ball 4. Bases are loaded. That brings up Morton, who's had some clutch moments during his time as a Knight.
Now batting for the Knights, the third baseman, number 1, Parker Morton.
Morton 1 for 4 with runners in scoring position this year. We'll see if Harper can find the zone. After walking Schlegel, only throwing 1 strike in that count. First pitch to Morton, called strike 1. Romeo on third. Benechek stands on second. Hunter Schlegel on first. 0-1 count. Harper's set. Foul back, 0-2. Big time spot in this game. Bottom of the 5th, Knights down by 2. The 0-2 pitch. Out into right. That one is down in right field. This game is tied. Schlegel rounding third. He will put on the brakes. Morton going for second. He's caught in a pickle. Morton avoids the tag. They're calling him out. Morton cannot believe it. And that's going to end the inning. Chris King will go out and argue that. Same with Tony Mazzio. Schlegel could not believe they called him out. Or excuse me, Morton. There's no change in that call, but I didn't see any contact. But obviously they had a better angle on it. Chris King arguing that one hard. I think what they're arguing is that Morton came out of the base path. That tag was not applied. Morton, I don't think he jumped far enough away for that to be out of the baseline. But he does tie the game up. 3 apiece going into the 6th on Schlick Sports. Close play there to end the bottom of the 5th inning. Creekside tying it up on a 2-run single from Parker Morton. He was caught in between the bases and was not tagged out, but they rule that he went out of the base path when he tried to avoid the tag from Fuller. And looking back at the replay, it's close. My thought on it was it wasn't, from where you start at first base, where he was on the infield, it doesn't seem like that would be out of the baseline. My cameraman, who does not have Creekside bias, in fact, sometimes probably quite the opposite, as a Bartram Trail Bear, he also likes to disagree with me a lot. He said that it was out, so we've come to the joint conclusion, a judgment call, and we don't have the best angle on it up here. In the end, it is an out. And we are back even at 3 apiece. Chopped out to Benechek. Wild throw to first will allow Harley to reach. An error
Next up for the Trojans,
will allow the
left fielder,
catcher
number
to
11,
reach.
Cody Garber.
Cody Garber to the plate on one that should have been out, number 1. Showing bunt, getting it down. It is foul from Cody Garber. The coaches have been giving loud instructions here. Chris King yelling out shift rules to his guys out in left field and Morton on third base, getting into bunt defense. And then after the bunt, first base coach making sure that Garber knew, get that bunt down the first base line, not the third. So we'll see if the adjustments are made right here. Pulls back on the bunt. Throw to first is close.
What?
And they will rule him safe at first base. That was close. Bang, bang. And now we move to the glorious tool of instant replay. That one close. I'll give that one to the runner. There's the bunt. Fielded by Wood. Throw on to first in time. One away. Garber gets the job done on the sacrifice bunt.
Now batting the second baseman, number 4, Neil Porter.
One on, one out. Runner in scoring position for Neil Porter. Haven't seen much production yet from this bottom half of the order for Lincoln. He's trying to change that. Pitch down low from Will Wood. Worked out of a tough spot there in the 5th. Stranded a runner on third base. We're tied between Creekside and Lincoln in the top of the 6th inning. The Knights struck first back in the bottom of the 1st. As that one fouled away, count evens up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Lincoln had their big 3-run inning in the top of the 3rd. And then Creekside able to tie us back up with 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th. 1-2 count. Fastball high, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Good curveball. Freezes Porter. 2 down. That brings up Brennan Baisden. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts.
Brennan Baisden.
He can put that all behind him right here with a base hit. He's got 3 RBIs this season on a .211 batting average. First pitch strike from Will Wood. Up and in. 1 ball, 1 strike on the right fielder for the Trojans. The 9-hole hitter Anderson on deck, then Chase Fuller in the hole. Curveball, cut on and missed. 2 strikes. Runner in scoring position. Tie ball game. Will Wood comes set. Here's the pitch. Back to Wood, fields it, throw on to first, in time to get out of the inning. Will Wood fired up, knocked down by Tony Romeo. How about that? Big time moments on the mound in his varsity debut. Still tied as we go on to the bottom of the 6th.
Planning your next getaway? Don't leave your vacation up to chance. Step up to the plate with the veteran-owned, award-winning Dapper Travels. We cover all the bases, from luxury cruising to authentic European experiences, making sure your trip is a grand slam. No strikeouts, no curveballs, just smooth sailing and first-class service. So before you swing and miss on travel plans, scan the code on the scoreboard or visit www.dappertravels.com and let's knock your next vacation out of the park.
That One Painter First Coast is here for your home service needs. We specialize in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting, whole house pressure washing, cabinet refinishing, stucco repair, and more. Call 904-417-3557 for your free estimate today.
The catcher, number 3.
Time now for a pitching change brought to you by Brightway Insurance, the Baselli Agency. Bo Woodson making his 5th appearance of the season for the Trojans, now pitching in 5 of their 7 contests. He's previously gone 5 innings, allowing 4 runs, 3 earned. He has struck out 6 while walking 3. Opponents hitting .240 against Woodson. He has picked up 1 save on the season. Bottom of the 6th. The Knights led off by Connor Belizik. Parker Morton drove in a couple runs to end last inning, tying this one back up at 3. 2-0 on Connor Belizik. It's kind of funny how this game is, you can feel it's shifted a little bit more towards Creekside in terms of momentum. One dugout is far louder than the other one right now. And it seemed like with 2 outs in the 5th inning, this one Lincoln seemed to be in control of. And you wonder if maybe they regret pulling Nate Dietz from this game. He was still around 70 pitches. I'd imagine he had enough to get through that inning.
Now batting.
It's a 4-pitch walk to lead off the bottom of the 6th, and now the go-ahead run on base for Creekside, bringing up Tavern Blanzett. I think I was a little confused by the move when they made it. That one hit Blanzett. He will take his base. 2 on, nobody out, and that brings up Zach Jackson. And we'll see if this is another move to the bullpen. It's been a 4-pitch walk, and then when Blanzett was trying to give himself up with the bunt, they hit him. We'll see if this is just a mound visit or if that will do it for Bo Woodson. Chase Fuller is warming up. He is a pitcher as well. He's throwing to a catcher on the infield right now. Fuller does have a very strong arm. So they're using this mound visit as a chance to get him warmed up while also leaving him on the field. So you'd imagine that's the next guy in for Lincoln if and when they make that move.
Now batting for Creekside, the left fielder number
Zach
4.
Jackson.
Zach Jackson.
Up to the plate with 2 on, nobody out. And he's showing bunt all the way. Infield charges, pickoff move to second. Belichick back with plenty of time. Jackson 1 for 2 in this game. Just trying to advance the runners another 90 feet. There it is. That's a good bunt. Could be a play at first. Jackson is out. That throw brought the second baseman, Porter, a little bit off the bag, but a great bunt there from Zach Jackson. Gets Belichick to third, Blanzett to second, 2 in scoring position, and that brings up Jonah Leiby.
Now batting. The right fielder number 20, Jonah Leiby.
They're going to run Cackle Reese for Tavern Blanzett.
Into the game on the bases, number 22, Austin Cackle-Reese.
Bottom of the 6th inning, Creekside has not led since the 3rd. Leiby at the plate, he is grounded out to shortstop twice. Both have been hard contact. The go-ahead run for Creekside on third base. Insurance stands out on second with a good lead. Infield in for the Trojans. Leiby skies this one down the right field line. It is caught. No, dropped, foul. Probably for the best for Lincoln that Baisden didn't catch that ball. It looked like he made an attempt at that ball. I thought he caught it. But then I saw it bounce down behind him. I'm not sure if he let that one drop at the last second. I mean, you got to play that ball to the line. I think once he knew that ball was foul, he let that go. Smart play by Baisden if that is the case. Now 0-1 count. Leiby takes a called strike 2. That's one that's been called off and on all night. And one I feel like kind of got a swing at this point in the game. 0-2 count. Nick Romeo is on deck. to pinch hit for Bisham. Libby calling time. The junior Libby trying to come up big. Takes the pitch, good take, down and away. Thought about it, was able to hold up. I think Michael Bisham's warming up in the bullpen for Creekside. The 1-2, that's a balk, and that will score the go-ahead run. Connor Belizik scores on the balk, and Creekside takes the lead on Lincoln. How about that? Not sure what happened with Woodson, if he slipped or if he hesitated. You got to throw that ball there, no matter what, once you make that move. And Creekside takes the lead on that critical error. Now a little bit off the little weight off the shoulders of Libby. Still swings and misses at that one for strike 3. And that brings up Nick Romeo. Cackle Reese on third.
Now batting for the Creekside Knights.
And he represents a chance
Nick Romeo
to add a little bit of insurance, as you do have 9-1-2 due up for Tallahassee Lincoln, including Chase Fuller, who has got 2 doubles on his line in this game. They're going to intentionally walk Nick Romeo to get a force at second base. Michael Bisham, now done warming up in the bullpen, will re-enter the game for Nick Romeo on first. He is a big-time threat to steal. We'll see if Creekside sends him. Tony Romeo sends this one into right. Bisham on his horse to third. He will stay put, runners at the corners, and it is 5-3 Creekside after the base hit from Tony Romeo. And that one is huge at this point of the ball game. Now an extra run on the board for the Creekside Knights. What a piece of hitting, taking that one the opposite way. Gets it through that 4-3 hole. And now Benishek with runners on first and third and a 2-run lead. Creekside has now plated 4 runs since the starter Dietz exited the game. And I said plated really proper there. That was weird. Kind of got that accent where I don't really pronounce things like that. Plated. Benishek sends this one to left. That one's down. Bisham scores. 6-3 Knights. Adding on here over Lincoln. Benishek, who just an inning ago scored the tying run, able to add another in the bottom of the 6th inning. Now Schlegel, he takes ball 1. Three runs in the bottom of the 6th inning for the Creekside Knights. This one into center. Rounding third, headed for home is Romeo. The throw will go to third base. 7-3 Knights. Hunter Schlegel adds to this 2-out rally.
Now batting for your Knights, the third baseman, number 1, Parker Morton.
And the hits just keep on coming for the Creekside Knights. Back-to-back-to-back singles. And, man, this is a group that I feel like really feeds off of each other. You saw that against Hillgrove. Those hits started falling. You started scoring runs with runners in scoring position. And when one hit came, more seemed to follow. And, man, these guys are building off of the previous guy in the order in this game. 6 runs in less than 2 innings. Creekside now well in control over Tallahassee Lincoln. And this is a team that Creekside has historically struggled against. Lincoln has always been a tough game, as they are a tough team year in and year out. This is always a tough matchup no matter who you are. I mean, this is a team that a year ago snapped the big 50-game win streak for Stoneman Douglas. Creekside, as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, 0-3 all-time against Lincoln. They've never come within 4 runs of the Trojans. After a long visit on the mound, it looks like they will leave Bo Woodson out there. Parker Morton, who tied this one up in the bottom of the 5th, will try to keep this rally moving. Two for 3 with a couple singles. Takes one down and away. 1-0. Two and 0. Throw to second is high. What a play by Fuller to keep that on the infield. I worried for a second that he stepped on Benechek. Then concern went to an awkward landing, and Fuller does look like he is favoring weight on one side. I'm not sure which, but looks like he's to the right or the left. He's kind of stretching both of them out. 2-0 count on Morton. Make it 3-0. Ball 4, it's a 4-pitch walk. And you got to think at this rate, you're either saving arms if you're Lincoln, or you've got a Woodson just at this rate seems to have lost it out on the mound. Bases will be loaded with 2 outs. And that will do it for Bo Woodson. Time now for a pitching change brought to you by Brightway Insurance, the Baselli Agency. When you're ready to make a change for your home or auto insurance, go to bwquote.com.
Planning your next getaway? Don't leave your vacation up to chance. Step up to the plate with the veteran-owned, award-winning Dapper Travels. We cover all the bases, from luxury cruising to authentic European experiences, making sure your trip is a grand slam. No strikeouts, no curveballs, just smooth sailing and first-class service. So before you swing and miss on travel plans, scan the code on the scoreboard or visit www.dappertravels.com and let's knock your next vacation out of the park.
That One Painter First Coast is here for your home service needs. We specialize in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting, whole house pressure washing, cabinet refinishing, stucco repair, and more. Call 904-417-3557 for your free estimate today. Another pitching change brought to you by Brightway Insurance, the Baselli Agency. Ethan LaFaria trying to finish this inning. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 4 runs already on the board for Creekside in the bottom of the 6th. Connor Belizik at the plate with a home run swing there. Creekside is now batted around in this inning. Belizik led things off with a 4-pitch walk. Ball high, 1-1. Swung on, ripped down the left field line. That one is foul. Count moves to 1-2. Two-strike offering. Down in the dirt. 2-2. Belizik ready at the plate. LaFaria fires. This one is ripped to left center field. That one's dangerous. It is down and off the wall. 1 run scores. 2 runs in. Morton to the plate. He will score. Belizik with the 3-run double. 10-3 Creekside. All Creekside here in the 6th inning.
Now batting for the Knights, the first baseman, number 7, Tavern Lansing.
Man, this is just
Into the game on
a
bases,
different
number
team, it
14,
seems like, than we
Joey
saw even a week ago. They've got a little something rolling right now at the plate. Obviously, a lot changed once they were able to chase the starter. But right now, it's just 2-out hit after 2-out hit. Creekside has had 6 straight men reach base. Four of them have driven in at least 1 run when doing so. The 1-0 popped up on the infield. Chance to get out of the inning. And Harley does so, but I'd say by now the damage has been done. 7 runs for Creekside in the bottom of the 6th inning as they try to finish this one off over Lincoln when we return on Schlick Sports. Triple Crown Fence is a proud sponsor of Schlick Sports. Transform your space with our high-quality fences. Whether you're looking for privacy, security, or a touch of elegance, we've got you covered. At Triple Crown Fence, we pride ourselves on craftsmanship and durability. Our expert team ensures a seamless installation process so you can enjoy peace of mind and enhance your property's curb appeal. Call us today at 305-331-9377 for a free estimate. Your dream fence is just a phone call away.
Leading off the seventh.
Creekside has pounced since Nate Dietz exited this game. They faced Gavin Harper, Bo Woodson, and Ethan LaFuria, plating 9 in the last 2 innings. 10-3 now the advantage, and Will Wood, I'd say, has earned this last inning in his varsity debut. He's pitched, come up with some clutch moments, and now trying to close the door on this one and earn the win. Tyler Anderson in a 1-1 count. Creekside's next game against Trinity Christian, a team they beat when Trinity was ranked first in the state last year. Came into that game 18-4, and the Knights were able to come up with a huge 8-5 upset. Came back in a similar fashion to this one. They were down by a score of 5-4 in the bottom of the fifth. Were able to play 2 in the fifth, 2 in the sixth to knock off the Conquerors. Trinity as loaded as ever as there's a swinging strike 3. Creekside is never a team that'll go into those games with those against those teams, even games like this one against Lincoln. The Knights are not often going to have those headlining prospects that are ranked nationally, and you know, you'll see a few of them come through here. The Knights have put out some good products, but Trinity Christian this year, their middle infield's committed to LSU. They got 3 pitchers going to Florida. Just a wild amount of talent over there, but it seems like the Knights in those games often find ways to compete. They're scrappy. These guys will often joke about that. On the road trip in Georgia, I heard them sarcastically kind of referring to that themselves as, but we're scrappy. They haven't seen the Knights. And Creekside has come out, sent a message here in the later innings of this one.
All day.
The 3-0. In the zone, 3-1 to Chase Fuller. The Knights will head over to Trinity Christian tomorrow. That'll be live here on Schlick Sports. And then Haggerty on Friday. And you never want to look at a stretch and say, that's okay if we lose one. But I'd say if Creekside picks up 2 wins this week, that is a really good sign for this team. Because I'd say each of the 3 teams the Knights will see this week, they've got expectations sight set on the Final Four, as does Creekside. This is a chance to
Now batting number 8.
get some good early season action, early season competition. Send a message, even just prove to yourself what you're capable of competing with these top dogs. Ground ball out to second. This could do it. 4-6-3 double play. Creekside scores 9 unanswered runs to knock off Lincoln for the first time in program history. How about Will Wood out on the mound for the Creekside Knights, coming up big in his varsity debut. He earns the win, gets some big outs for the Knights, and Creekside's offense exploding in the 6th inning after tying it up in the 5th, plating 7 runs, 6 of them with 2 outs. And all this contributes to a 10-3 comeback win over the Lincoln Trojans. Not a bad home opener for the Creekside Knights. That will do it for our coverage out here at Freedom Field. I am Noah Schlick signing off saying see you tomorrow back here on Schlick Sports.